the conversation we've had here, there is one common thread. We all agree that there is a menace going on and something has to be done. That is appreciated, and I think that we need to walk the line, make sure that what is necessary is done. You see, listening to Madam, you could see clearly she has her own suspicion because of where we are coming from, where promises were made. But it got to a time the complicity of officialdom was so tacit to the extent that the people were not ready to move a finger. So going forward, promises and assurances have been given, but we are all wary because of the experiences and the kind of encounter we've had in the past. And it makes sense. And I think that should inspire power bearers at this point in time to make drastic and brutal measures to ensure that we stop this bleeding and this cancer. I mean, that is the way forward. And then come to tariff. Naturally, a basic human instinct, whenever there is an increment, we move to a phase of resistance before we adapt and then accept. But before you accept, there are phases, there are certain things that you need to analyze. The basis upon which these taxes are being introduced, are they reasonable? So if they are telling you that for the complexity of the state, or the state inability or inaction or certain inertia on the part of the state to do something, as a result of that we are being taxed. Obviously, people will be very angry. People will be very angry. And for me, I listened to some of the percentages that were being proposed. They were quite outrageous. And I'm sure PURC will come in and intercede on government, on the people of this country's behalf, because the percentages are quite outrageous.
But Ivan, if you see the pollution that the water company limited has to treat to get that clean but not safe water for all of us to use. Doesn't it tell you that, well, we need to help them, that they need help?
Of course we do. But you see, the complicity of government makes it it makes sense that government bear a larger part of this whole how do you call it, the cost. Okay. And then a little can be passed to the people of this country. And with electricity, you see, whenever electricity tariff is mentioned, the people go angry. Why? Because some of these state-owned enterprises, you know, in recent times have themselves become debt-producing machines because of gross mismanagement, reckless financial mismanagement. For instance, ECG. How do you get out there to convince the average Ghanaian that on a yearly basis, we are running 32% both commercial and technical losses? No private person will agree to some of these things. You understand? So there is this reckless level of ineptitude within these institutions. At the end of the day, the Ghanaian, the average Ghanaian, who is paying for the services and is not getting the appropriate services, the monies that are being supposed to use to support some of these things are being wasted by some of these state-owned enterprises. And very often the argument they tell you that, oh, state-owned enterprises are not profit-making ventures. But I'm not sure they are debt manufacturing entities as well. And some of these things don't make sense. So it's the reason why very often we stifle this conversation and there is this resistance on the part of Ghanaians. Yeah, I understand. We need to pay tariff. But I think we must also be very considerate and look at the prevailing economic circumstances at play now. Things are not really moving well. Government has just changed. Yes, the economic fortune some way or the other are picking up, but it is not all well with Ghanaians. Okay. We've not get out of the woods yet. Okay. So I think that we need to be very considerate and make sure that whatever price we peg will reflect the socio-economic situation that the ordinary Ghanaian is dealing with. Okay. And that will make sense rather than considering those outrageous percentages that are being thrown out there.
When I saw the state of that treatment plant in the central region that the minister asked for it to be closed down, I said, then we probably have to pay the over 200,000 they're asking for, because the pollution is just too much. But will you pay?
Well, you see, for me, this is very good, because if this is the only thing that will make Ghanaians sit up, then so be it. We are not sitting up when 60% of our water bodies are poisoned, because some people think it doesn't affect me. Yes. And that's a very selfish way of looking at things. You think somewhere far away somebody is being poisoned and I don't care. You talk about the kidney disease 4 times. Oh, I don't care, it's not me. But the only thing we seem to care about is the tariffs that are affecting us directly. We don't seem to realize that even this water we're about to drink, do we actually know what we are drinking? As our brother has told us, whether it's clear or not doesn't mean that there are no toxins. So I'm saying that anything that will get us out of our complicity complacency and make us sit up and say, well, I don't want to be poisoned. So be it. Let them raise it 300% if that is what will make Ghanaians sit up. That there's a cost to illegal mining. You don't just sit there. We're going to find them a livelihood. You're not taking the decisive steps. Then so be it. Let us pay 500% if that is what will jolt us into sitting up and saying that this cancer must be stopped. The house is burning. Let's get the fire service, put out the fire. Let's have a pause in this small-scale mining until we can clean up the place and be ready to enforce. Let me say this about education. The best form of education is enforcement. There's no point in telling people, this is the situation, don't do this, and you don't enforce. You're not prepared to enforce. Education is in vain. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
I think I need to come in.
Okay.
Well spoken.
Okay.
I think it's all about the state of emergency, and I have to be frank and straightforward here. I support the president that this is not the time. Why am I saying that?
Did you have the same position in December 2024?
No, the state of emergency, I never commented. Look, you can check all my publications, all my interviews.
As a human being,
I never
in December 2024, did you ever?
I said I never commented.
I'm not talking about your...
I won't go to the past. Let me give you my professional opinion on this.
Did you have the same professional stand in 2024?
We mine in other countries, and now Ghana is number 6 in the world, gold production. It starts from China number 1, Russia number 2, Australia number 3, Canada number 4, USA number 5, Ghana number 6. And in USA, we produce more gold than Ghana. And in USA, the state that produces more than 70% of gold in USA is Nevada. That is where I live right now, and that is where I work. I work in a gold mine.
Okay.
So if I tell you there are solutions, we can implement those solutions so that they can mine in environmentally friendly manner, devoid of water pollution and land destruction. I know what I'm talking about. That is what the president wants to bring. And it takes time. If you start implementing it even today, it takes some time. That's why Ghanaians gave them 8 years to implement that. They didn't listen to anybody. Now President Mahama is 8 months. And I can confidently tell you.
The president's
wait. I can confidently tell you that from what I'm hearing, the president is willing and determined to implement those solutions. There are technologies to address the wastewater. There are technologies to address the rivers, clean the rivers, monitor the rivers, and all that. Some of those technologies, if you stop the mining, you bring it and it will not work, because you should implement it and adjust the system whilst they are working. That's why I'm telling you, this is not the time. Whilst they are working, you implement, you adjust it, you tweak it for it to fit into the Ghanaian system.
And not for the water bodies. They're not supposed to mine.
No, for the water body, I've stated it here that everybody should be cleared. I've stated that one.
In fact,
if the state of emergency is on the river body, I support it 100%.
That is what we are saying.
That's what we are calling for.
It is already illegal. It is already... Wait.
We know it's illegal, but it's not being enforced.
When you were speaking, I kept quiet. Keep quiet and listen to me, please. You know what? The water body itself is illegal. Anybody mining is illegal. And I stated it here. Now, they've introduced the blue water guard. But my brother, let me be frank with you. They should up their game. They inaugurated the blue water guard in March 2025, 6 months down the lane. And we are not seeing anything different. They should up their game. Listen to me, my brother. Let's stop the politics. Face the fact. And save the nation. 6 months. And the water is people. Chinese guys are mining on our water bodies today, but there are blue water gas out there. My brother, it's pathetic. Let's try and deal with the situation. Okay. Look, please.
But from all of this analysis, you don't live with us in Ghana, but you come to Ghana because oftentimes you are here.
Look, I have family.
I understand.
I have friends.
I said you always...
When I come here, I eat.
Yes.
And the food, the water, the pipe, the analysis that I made.
The question I'm going to pose to you is, are you ready to pay the over 200% Ghana Water Company?
I can pay today. I have a lot of money to pay that. So what about somebody out there whose salary is these people, 500 Ghana, is it the Zoom Lion.
They've increased it, I'm told.
Yes. Yeah. They can pay. I can buy this water. How many people can buy this water and drink? It's not about me. Yes. It's about the masses.
Okay.
I mean, that's all about.
So will you urge Ghanaians to pay?
Well,
masses.
If we need to pay, so what about if you don't pay and you don't get water? So for the payment, I would say if it's something that we need to pay and get water, but we should get the government to address the Galamsey problem. That one, I will be frank with you. As of today, I've not seen any difference between what they left and what we are seeing today.
Okay.
The same.
Okay.
Because the solution, this government has not started the real solution. They are only chasing the illegal miners. They've not started the real solution, which will tackle the water recycling and all that. That is a fact.
Okay.
And the president is willing to do that. That's why I support him.
Okay.
So let's all support the president.
Okay.
Give him some time.
Okay.
Before we call for state of... And I can assure you, if the president listens to me, if the government listens to me, and some of the professionals, not the politicians and lawyers, and we tackle the thing from technical perspective, we are going to get the problem. If we can mine in the United States and we don't pollute any water body, simple common sense, can we do that in Ghana? Yes, and that's where I'm coming from.
All right.
But they are not ready to listen. These people are also not ready to listen. But the president, from what I've heard, he is ready to listen and implement it.
Okay.
Finito.
Okay, all right.
I've not had my bite.
Yeah, you have the bite.
I've not had
you have had one.
No, I just want to just put a little. No, just a minute. Just a minute. Yeah. For instance, you see, I must say here forcefully that the president has demonstrated the need to tackle this.
Yes.
The first thing, that is the reason why he said no new licenses.
Okay, I hear.
No new permits. That is to make sure that while we address the issue, we must not be issuing new licenses. If not, that will exaggerate the problem.
All right.
Then secondly, now there's a repeal of the LI. That is a second step to make sure that we do. In fact, I didn't want to, I didn't.
But that repeal,
for instance.
that repeal,
yes.
You could have done it even in your first week.
Come on.
Yeah, it could have been done in the first.
Why? You repeal some LIs in the first
that one you are not saying first few months, but you said this.
Saying that since you did that, you could have done this one.
I only want to let you know, and I'm sure you agree with me, that the president is demonstrating readiness to do so.
Yes.
Just on Thursday.
Thank you.
Because I'm not able to.
Thank you.
Just on Thursday.
It's fine.
Over 2,000 people in somewhere in my east. We're also actually, their whole illegal house was dismantled.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Before I come to you, let me read this comment. Eja Bata Akorte from Suhum says, His Excellency President Mahama has never, in opposition or in government, accused Akufo-Addo of not declaring a state of emergency. I'm challenging anyone to produce a statement where JM asked or attacked past government of not declaring state of emergency in Galamsey prone areas. The MPP has even the MPP lacks the moral right to comment, as even the Jubilee House was once tagged as Galamsey Hub under their rule. In fact, this government has failed Ghanaians in these 9 months in office, especially with the people of Central Region. The president and his cohort were at the neck of the former president Nana Akufo-Addo to stop Galamsey in 2 weeks. Now, what do we see in our water bodies? Nana Inaguna Swedro says, I have lived in Agwana Swedro for the past 50 years and have never witnessed a shutdown of the water treatment plant due to illegal mining. This shutdown has affected millions of people in the region. Is that what President Mahama promised us? All of us will give an account of his works as it is. Have a nice day. Brookman in Annobel says declaring a state of emergency over Galamsey seems unlikely, considering many government officials are allegedly involved and benefiting from it. To effectively tackle Galamsey, potential solutions could include strengthening law enforcement and judicial accountability, implementing alternatives, implementing sustainable livelihood alternative for miners, enhancing community engagement and education. But the livelihood, I think the agreement around the table is that as for the livelihood, unless they say they are going to buy into it, else it will not work. I don't know what your livelihood will bring to the miner. Anyway,
talk about hundreds of thousands.
This one says, Kojo, these our politicians are not helping us. They only think about themselves. God will judge them one by one.
Absolutely.
You just took.
There's not a problem when we put everything.
Hold on, I'm coming. You just
God has given us.
You just look at them when they are in opposition.
You lead people to God.
This generation will suffer until we stop galamsey. We lost a lot of prominent people, but still we are not thinking as a country. We need state of emergency. Okay, we need state of emergency now. Edwin from Kintampo. He says we need it now. Well, let me come to you, Dr. Pauge.
You know, Kojo, 11th September 2024. And
there's no more 14th September?
11th September, that's what I said. 11th September.
If I wrote it down. Yeah.
11th September. That's
what he said.
That's what I said, 2024. Okay. And then October 17, 2024. See, these are the things that are evident.